NASA presidential flag bearer Raila Odinga will be taking his vote hunt to Kericho County. He is first expected to attend the burial of former Nyanza Provincial Commissioner Isaiah Cheluget. Isaiah Cheluget, the family said that it will proceed with the burial as it is yet to receive a court order halting the process. While he campaigned in Kiambu, Raila told residents that they had nothing to fear about his presidency. All right, let's now link up with my colleague Duncan Hyamba, who's following up on the Raila campaign trail. Duncan, thank you very much for joining us here on News Center. So, of course, this is another second day that Raila Odinga is getting into the stronghold, a perceived stronghold of Jubilee. How are things going to turn out? Have you been able to speak to residents about this visit?
Yes, Betty, we were to talk to residents, but we understood, we were actually told that the governor of Bomet County will be addressing the media shortly. So we had to rush at the governor's office, but we'll be getting to talk to a section of residents of Bomet County, particularly just to have their feel what they will tell us in terms of their perception. Is it a perceived Jubilee stronghold? Is it a perceived battleground? Or what exactly is Bomet and South Rift, to be exact, in terms of the political terrain as things stand? Because you will appreciate, or you'll understand the fact that both Jubilee and NASA are making numerous visits to this particular part of the country, the South Rift, Bomet County to be specific. So has it stopped being a Jubilee stronghold? Has it now become a battleground? Is it tilting towards NASA? Those are some of the questions that we'll be putting to one of the NASA Big Five, that is Bomet Governor Isaac Kiprono Ruto, who is on his way for a brief media briefing here before he tells us exactly what we have in the day. And as you mentioned, Raila Odinga and possibly Moses Wetangula will be in this particular county yet again after Kericho, where they'll attend the burial of former PCI Isaiah Cheluget. They will be trooping to Ndanai, which is actually the home or the doorstep of Deputy Speaker Joyce Laboso, who wants, or who is seeking to unseat the current governor. So after Kericho, they will be in Bomet County again, Ndanai, that is in Sotik. That is where they will be having their rally for the day, while Kalonzo Musyoka and Musalia Mudavadi will be in Machakos County, perhaps to try and undo what Jubilee has been doing in that region. Remember, Jubilee concluded their rallies in the larger Ukambani region with yesterday's rally in Machakos, of course, having combed Makueni and Kitui the previous weekend. So those are some of the issues that will be talking not only to the NASA, one of the NASA Big Five here when he arrives, as well as some of the residents of Kericho County. That is what we'll be trying to keep a close eye. That is what we'll be following in the course of the day, Betty.
All right, Duncan, we've seen Raila Odinga, whenever he gets into a perceived Jubilee stronghold, he always has quite a number of issues that affect the residents there, that get him talking. We saw that yesterday in Kiambu. What is the likely message that he has for the people in Kericho?
I think the mantra for NASA leader Raila Odinga, now by extension Isaac Ruto, it's devolution, devolution, and devolution. Those are some of the issues that we know that they'll continue hammering and hammering. Remember, Isaac Ruto has emerged as the champion for devolution. Of course, that informs why he has even formed his party, Chama cha Mashinani, which is pushing for for support of devolved government, so to speak. So they could be touching much on that. And again, Kericho will be interesting because NASA has been forced to actually reschedule their tomorrow's campaign, and we understand they will be in Kericho. Now, you'll understand when Jubilee was in this particular region, in Kericho to be specific, they sort of ran into some hostile crowds when they were still pushing for the six-piece suit. We had issues in areas like Fort Tenham where the deputy president was told to his face that they will only support at the higher level, at the local level. They want to make their decision. And for the first time, we saw them resisting calls for 6-piece. And it's after that that Jubilee principals seem to have dropped that push for 6-piece, because they had said it in Uasin Gishu, they had said it in Nandi, and when they came to Kericho, they were told no by the residents. So we are not so sure whether the NASA wants to capitalize on that, and perhaps that informs why tomorrow they will be in Kericho. And maybe NASA wants to have an extension. They believe that they have converted Bomet into a battleground, and maybe they also want to spread their tentacles to Kericho. Remember that in Narok, NASA has made some very significant gains. In as much as Raila Odinga garnered more votes than Uhuru Kenyatta in 2013, Jubilee managed to get more seats in terms of members of National Assembly and even at the County Assembly, and despite the fact that Raila got the overwhelming majority at the presidential. So perhaps NASA is looking at having Narok on one side. Now they believe they've locked Bomet. Perhaps they want to extend that to Kericho County. That is what we'll also be trying to know from Bomet Governor Isaac Ruto, who by now actually remains the point man for NASA in the Great Rift Valley. So those are some of the issues, but we know issues to do with the devolution, issues to do with the tea sector, dairy industry. Most likely those are some of the issues that NASA will be continuing to sell to their supporters or the people they believe they want to woo onto their side, Betty.
All right, thank you very much, Duncan Haimba, for that update. Like he mentioned, he's going to be speaking to Bomet Governor Isaac Ruto in a few moments, and therefore we'll be joining him at that time. For now, though, let's just take a look at some facts.